Hello, 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 my fellow TBCians around the globe. Um, it's good to see all of you again today. Um, the time now it's 11:53 p.m. South African time, and the day today is the 10th day of the 8th month, 2018, meaning this year. Okay. And it's good to see all of you again. These days, I'm a very blessed man, not a lucky man. So those are two different things, blessings and luck, you know. So, but I'm a blessed member today because whenever I plan to share with you, only time allows me to catch up with you around about this time, 11:54 p.m. South African time. Is 6 minutes towards midnight. But I thank you all, the viewers in the panel, and those who haven't showed up on the panel, but I can see the number. It's telling me that only two fellows are in the panel. And hi, Stephen from United States. And hi, Chona, T. Luzora. Good to see you again. Yeah. So we are back here again. It has been a very long journey, those previous months before the commencement of the migration, with challenges, of course, during and after. Okay. So we will be having another live stream broadcast tomorrow. Since you have noticed on the Facebook TBC Voices, I've posted something there and the time, the date. We will be having other guests from another province, since we have 9 provinces in South Africa, but the guests will be from the largest province, which is called KZN province in South Africa. That is the largest province. We have trained over 200 leaders since from 2016. I mean, the training that I'm talking about is the training that was outlined in Common Sense article. So the training, yeah. So currently what we are doing, we are adding the knowledge whenever there's something new. So we are adding on top of what is there already. Okay. So thanks also for joining us day before yesterday. We had a Kagiso Sigano guest from my hometown in Meadowlands, Soweto. That is 10 minutes away from where Mandela had a first house. So some of you, when you visit South Africa, I will drive you there. Okay. Cannot fly. It's only 10 minutes drive. We can even walk if you want to. You know, Africans, we enjoy walking. You know that. So if you're fit enough, you can take a walk. That will be nice anyway. But now there's gonna be a problem with a language barrier. You know that. So, but I'll be there, and others will be there, especially Steven, since he's coming uh, to visit us in Africa. Okay. Now we are getting there, my fellow TBCians. I've been out today, yesterday, actually every day since after the last day of migration, where we have planted some seeds. We have to go back and We have planted, and we've been maintaining that field. So now we must also ensure that the growth is accordingly. Okay. So yes, we did find some results, good results, meaning some of cases were already orphans. Okay. We didn't have much leadership from other towns, townships, villages, and provinces, but we managed to grab few, and one of them is the one that you saw with me on as my guest on the live stream. And currently they are multiplying because tomorrow we are having another live stream, so with that guest, of course. And then next week we will be having multiple of live streams from morning till noon, different languages. And we encouraged everyone to share with us through their native languages. Of course, there will be interpreters. I'll also be there helping there and there, you know. But you'll be seeing more of the new broadcasters. Okay. Just to add something on that, this opportunity, our communities are happy about it. And, you know, when you go out there and start sharing with them, you can see that expression in their faces or front, you know, faces or front. You can see that expression that, no, man, these people, they've been hungry and thirsty for this thing. Then that raises a question that some, not all, some of the leaders who were stationed in these areas and they were given a task to create leaders, to empower these communities, not creating followers or economy slaves. When I say economy slaves, I mean people who will just be purchasing the Kringles with $100 and then not empowering them. You understand my point? So this some of these communities were their expression really they just jumped. Even some of the old people were saying, I'm in, I want to broadcast as long as you're going to take me through. You understand that? It is really sad before migration what other leaders were doing to our communities. Now, brothers and sisters, I want you to understand that why didn't we reach out 1 million broadcasters? It's because we have cruel members within this community. They were happy to see the figures into their bank accounts. They were not happy to see a multiplication of broadcasters as per admin's request. Okay? When you talk to them, these leaders, well, those who are assigned to help us bringing more broadcasters, they will agree, yes, yeah, sure, we will follow the instructions. But at the end, it wasn't so. If it was for them, these live broadcasts were not supposed to be in place. Not everyone is in this mission, okay? Only few of us. It's like that. And we know it happened with other programs. It happened with Bitcoin. But at the end, we are going to reach out with or without them, okay? We'll reach out with those who are in a position to work with us. Now, they were withholding their downlines not to come on live stream broadcast, because some, they had a fear that, oh, some of these will be better than I. You know, that bad heart. They had that thing. They don't want challenges. There's competition out there. We know. My fellows, there's competition out there. We have other coins who are competing against Bitcoin, who are competing against TBC, but we are not scared because we are certain about what we have, right? It's a competition. So we must open our hearts. But at the end of the day, it is for individuals to decide. Secondly, we are now talking to communities directly. No more giving those leaders instructions, because they will never do what they're supposed to as leaders. Some of them, they even refuse to live stream, but they are claiming to be leading our communities into the right direction. But they themselves, they're telling, I can't live stream. Some of them, they're saying they are scared. Can you imagine? It's, I don't know. Please help me out, my fellows. Please help me out. But I was happy about one thing, and I've learned something today, that we need to go back to the basics. We need to talk to the communities direct, just like exactly what Doc Dan and other leaders, Derek, they are going back to the communities and talk to the communities direct, because the people that we expected to be doing that, some after we have trained them, they didn't like what the admin has proposed, of which that was the only way. It's helping you, it's helping me, it's helping everyone to reach 1 million broadcasters. And I'm saying to you today, we are going to reach 1 million now. We have to change the strategy. So some people, they have this tendency of saying, to be used to something, that no, without me, nothing will happen. No, 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 no. We are going to prove them wrong. It is going to happen. We have new members who have joined now recently, some 6 months back, some late 2017. We will groom them, and there's going to be a change. I got a message today on my private WhatsApp phone from the very same member who was a guest in our last broadcast, day before yesterday. Some community members approached her that, you know what, we also require a leadership training, and we also want to be trained for cash flow program. Just one person has brought a change in my hometown, for an example. What does that mean? We didn't have enough reliable TBCians to do the work. Okay. There's quite a lot going on within this community, but since all of us have the something in brackets, this wealth belongs to each and every one of us. Would you allow a situation whereby someone will come and jeopardize or delay the progress of this movement? No, 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 no. We can't. Because now, what we are doing, it was a damage control. Because if it wasn't for discounters and the scammers, by now we would have accumulated much. But somewhere we are behind because of the technical breakdowns. Admin has to implement this because of that, from decentralization to centralization. You understand that now we have to work according to arranged fractions. We can't transact over 1,000, because we are trying to bring our system back into place. You see, once everything is in place, then admin will consider to decentralize the whole system. Then the admin will advise that now you can transact up to this. You understand? But as for now, it has to be centralized. No, so all these things, it's time consuming, and of course, that will delay some of the progress. So we don't have to blame the admin like what others are saying. Yeah, the admin is introducing this now after migration. You heard that, guys. Now the migration is over. Now what's next? Where's the send button? I also came across those questions, but I had to clarify that don't forget what happened. Okay. And some of the people who have caused these delays are the people that we know. Okay. So hands off the admin and let's do what we are supposed to. Okay. Admin is aware that before we reach 1 billion, between now and let's say, between here, okay, and when? Maybe towards 2020 or somewhere in between, admin is aware that there should be other programs, for instance, cash flow program to keep us going. You see? Because with Bitcoin, we had the same arrangement. Here, we bought the Bitcoin with 7 cents, and then 2009, and then in 2010, Bitcoin was somewhere, and then people started transacting before it reached this current price. But something was happening. Okay. Now with TBC, more or less the same. Okay. So we must allow the system to do its work. But remember, if we don't follow the system or apply the system is going to punish us. And the system does not require much from us. Okay, it requires less. Once we apply that, then as for the rest, the system will take care of itself. That's where merchants and others will be coming on board without us searching for them. That's my understanding. You yourselves, you can't take your money and invest it somewhere where you see that, oh, that structure is fractured, but it has to be organized. Okay. Yes, we have done good, guys. We have done good within the Billion Coin, believe you me. But only few did that, not everyone. And another part of the system or the world, they're still asking themselves that this community, without us, the elites, they can still be disciplined and do wonders. They've seen that, of course. Then it's still a question to the system that how did we reach out with a membership of over 3 million? Yes, we have to reach 1 billion, because as soon as your membership is 1 billion, it looks like 40% of the world will be approaching you that how did you do it? Then you'll be having approaches from all corners of the world. By then, your system will be far. Maybe some of us here, we will be on a retirement or somewhere, maybe conducting projects somewhere, but we know that something will be happening. So let us help the system. Let us teach the system. And let us correct something like if someone says the migration is over, what's next? Oh, the migration is over, yes. You know what's next? Is to join us and build this community. Because when they ask you, they've never built anything. So this is what you are facing currently. Okay. I hope we are together, my fellows. Okay. Hi, Mrs. Jules from New Zealand. Good to see you again. We also have Osman Barra. Hi, welcome again. In order for these things to take place, something has to happen. They can't just happen. Something has to happen from each and every individual within this community. I hope you will understand me when I say our subconscious mind has been spoon-feeded with junk or junk, wrong things. That is why most of us are not thinking straight. We've been given a poison, so we can't think straight. So how do you expect the right thing to work within us while we haven't cleared something from our subconscious mind? During our live streams, some people, you might think they hear what is being said. And when you look at their faces or front, you might think that these people that are listening attentively, believe you me, some of them, they're just there and they may look wise, but nothing is happening there. Because the very same ones, after the live stream or send buttons meeting, Randy will say something and the panel will say something. Then after that, look at the top chat, the questions that are being asked by the same ones that we think they are wise, they are listening attentively. I believe that some, not all, I know. So those ones, their subconscious mind has not been cleared. The poison is still there. Because once that subconscious mind is being cleared, then you will begin to insert right things. And then your system or yourself, your system to do the right thing. And other things will just come without you noticing anything. But you'll actually get approaches from individuals that something is happening, what's going on, because cleared something. But if you don't, even if a solution is here, you won't see it at all we we have to go deeper into things in order for our communities to understand. In my hometown and other places around, for the past 5 days, 7 days, I've been presenting with their native language, interpreting, sharing, in order for them to understand. You will hear tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Some will be using their own native language, and so we have to not. We don't have to speak the language of the people. Huh? That is dangerous. Politicians does that. The language of the people. We have to help our communities to understand that what's going on and what is to be done. So from that message I received in my phone or private chat, WhatsApp, some of them were saying the problem that we're having now, it's a language barrier. They forgot that on the KCBO, you can change the language into their native language, So he said, no, that is not a problem because TBC is global and all languages are there. I said, yeah. They started changing the language. Now we're talking the same language. So someone did not do a complete job. I've already mentioned who, So to reinstate the dignity of humanity, it's not going to be a one night or an overnight thing. Yes, we're gonna have to work towards that. It requires many things. I won't say much, but it requires many things. Okay. So now, I've already explained about the subconscious mind, how does it work, and what is to be done in order to clear it. If you remember the old computers, if your recycle bin was full, that system will tend to slow down. Remember? As soon as you go to your recycle bin and clear it, the system will come back now and reset itself. The speed will return back to the normal speed. That's what we are talking about. Subconscious mind, and remember that computer. Maybe you'll understand that now better. Okay. Last part one, day before yesterday, since in South Africa it was a holiday yesterday. They called it holiday Women's Day. So after I've revisited some of our communities, I went to another area. I was just passing by, so someone asked me to join them there to see what they are doing. They are also networkers, but one of the members there wanted to know about TBC, so I went there, and then I was introduced, and we started sharing something. Then they introduced me to the CEO of that company. Okay. Then Yeah. So they introduced me to the CEO of that company. Then after that, they introduced me to the guy who wanted the presentation. So during our discussion, the CEO jumped in because she was listening anyway. Um, Without her wasting any time, she attacked. Yeah, I have a problem about TBC. I didn't join it, but I have a problem about TBC. Oh, okay. What is the problem? I asked. The problem is that it's not on a coin market, so you can't exchange it. So how can you promote something that you cannot change it? Oh, okay. Now, fellas, when you deal with different kinds of people, you will answer them accordingly. You listen to what a person is saying. Then, if you have already trained yourself, or maybe you have been trained, or you are engaged with something every day, you read about it, and you will know when to give an answer and how. I'm talking about now the intellects, the CEO, people with MBAs, master's business, you know. I said, oh, yeah, you're right. Have you bought any? She said, no. Okay, fine. Did you hear that? TBC, she's saying TBC is not in a coin market. You can't exchange it. I said, okay, fine. Oh, I respect that. I asked her, do you know Bitcoin? She said, yeah, I know Bitcoin. Yeah, I know Bitcoin. Bitcoin, at least you can exchange it. You can make money. I said, oh, wow, super. When was it launched? She said it was launched 2007. No. It was announced 2007. Sorry. I said, oh, 2007. Wow. Okay. How much was it? Well, she was not certain about the figure, but it was 0.001 cents in dollars. That was equivalent to 7 cents in our currency in South Africa. I said, wow. So I said to her, it was cheap, isn't it? She said, yeah, sure, it was cheap. Yeah, it was cheap. I said, wow. And you can exchange it on a coin market, right? You can exchange it for fiat, right? He said, yeah, sure. I said, okay. Did you purchase some when it was launched in 2000 because it was cheap? Nothing. She did not purchase. I said, wow. Did you hear that? TBC cannot be exchanged because it's not on the coin market. She did not buy it. Bitcoin can be exchanged, but she couldn't even buy that one. Who is the problem here, fellows? Can we share that? Who is the problem? Then I said, you know what? I'm having a problem with you. It looks like anything that is crypto inclined, you are anti that thing. Then really, I don't think we can go far with this discussion. But my advice to you is that in order for you to understand something, that's me now, sharing with her, in order for you to understand something, for instance, you are the CEO of this company. Before you obtain the achievement that you're having, or meaning before you obtain your degree. That's an achievement. You went through some material syllabus in order for you to obtain that achievement. If you didn't go through that syllabus or material, you didn't have passed your exam, right? He said, yes. I said, okay. I said, in order for one to know about God, that person will read the Bible, because there's only one book that will explain about God. There's no novel, only the Bible. I said, yes. I said, good. In order for you to understand TBC or Bitcoin, you should have some of it in your private wallet. That will make you to follow up and read about it, because you already have an investment there, or you've already purchased TBC token. That's the only advice I can give you. But if you are saying an opposite, then you don't even have a Bitcoin, we couldn't even buy Bitcoins, you don't even have TBC tokens, then really we can't discuss much about this. So we have to close this subject. You know, when you look at them, because it was not only me and her, there were also other members, or meaning co-workers. When you look at them, their reception was saying something. Guess what? The very same guy who wanted the presentation, I got a message today that he joined, meaning he signed up. So when he comes back, it's weekend now, next week, he's going to purchase his cash because he had something. So it is not a question of having degrees, honors, in order for one to understand TBC. No. TBC, it's not burdensome. Everyone can be a part of this system. But some people are making it difficult, you know. So we will come across such likes. So don't despair, my fellows. Stay strong, stay focused. We are winning this journey. We are winning this war. I read something, Infowar. Infowar. Let me just check and share it with you quickly. I saw something on, as I was reading today. Let me share something with you. Yeah, it looks like I was right. I'll just show you something. Okay. This word, Infowar. It says, let's start here. It says, fast forward 1 to 2 years from now, when we have succeeded in bringing in 1 billion paid members that are supported with at least 1 million broadcasters, and we are winning the info war against the elite, and on our way to end poverty global in 2020, having tens of millions of merchants accepting kernel for payments in exchange for just about any product or service that exists, and in fact have fully developed TBC/kernel economy. You know, we have a token. Now we are building an economy around it. Okay, Infowar. So all this will take place after we have done what? After we have cleared our subconscious mind. It won't happen by magic. Okay. So let us clear our subconscious mind. So now, the war that we are talking about, it's different. It's not what people think. Machine guns and no. It's another war that we are talking about. Yeah. So yes, my brother, keep it simple and focused. That's all. So lastly, I I managed to for the past 2 weeks. Let me see. For the past, it's a week and a half. Let me put it that way, and it's gonna continue. Um, I managed to bring in over 50, 70 offense. 50, 60 offense, and some of those offense, 50% of that number, they will be broadcasting starting from that day. So you'll be seeing different faces almost every day. Okay. So by doing what? By doing what our brother has just mentioned here, by keeping things simple and focused. Or some they say, keep it simple and straightforward. Because some of the questions, I had to be direct, especially if someone is his or she's highly learned, so I must be direct. But if someone is still learning, I have to be simple and straightforward. Okay, taking that person through. Yeah. So now, just to add something on this last subject, guys, we have brilliant people around the globe who are highly learned, lawyers, magistrates, commissioners, and but you ask yourself one thing, that the world is like this and we have these people. What happened exactly? Where is the problem? Can someone tell us where is the problem? It looks like they are lacking something somewhere. If I can pose that question to Kiyosaki, he'll answer us. He'll answer it by saying this: they lack financial education. That's it. Because that was never taught from school. And from that education, it will be easier for you to understand this encryption, you know. Then once you understand this encryption, then along the way you'll meet TBC. TBC will advance you. That's it. That's how I can answer. But you can also answer in another way, but it will lead to the same understanding. Okay. My fellows, thanks again. The time now it's 12:37 a.m. When we met, it was p.m. Now it's a.m. It's the 37 minutes after 12 midnight in South Africa. So, from here, I'm going to take my 8 hours, and I will be up, and then tomorrow at about 7:45 a.m. Pacific time, I will be commencing our live stream with the guest from the other province. In our time, it will be 16:45 p.m. Okay. So I hope to see you tomorrow. And guys, thanks. And I'm also looking forward to join you. tomorrow, though I might not join everyone. But sometimes Stephen Covey's time meet my schedule, but sometimes not. Like maybe I'll join Mary Ann or someone else, you know. But thanks again. Chona is saying, okay, Lawrence, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Good night and goodbye. Thanks, Chona. Yes, they're not just thoughts. It's what I went through, and I love to do a research. I love to share things with others. And at the end of the day, we must put it as is. Thanks again, Chona. Mrs. Jules, she's saying, awesome. Look forward to that, Lawrence. Thank you. And Stephen, thank you again. Thanks, everyone. It was great having all of you. And Chona, I'm looking forward to join your live stream. Okay. And thanks again. Bye.